like Swim Fan.
Yes. Ooh,
that's
a deep cut right there. See the movie Swim Fan? Wow.
You're the only one.
Creepy movie. Maybe the three of us have seen Swim Fan. Google Swim Fan, search it on your streaming, and it's an awesome film. So Deadpool 2 is going to add a new villain.
They need
to the show. We already know that Josh Brolin is playing Cable.
What can he play?
Zazie Beetz is playing Domino.
Ooh, the power of luck.
Power of luck. That's her power. She has luck.
It's pretty nice.
I'd
go for that.
I would if you wanted a superhero, just have luck.
Yeah.
That's all you do. So Jack, is it Kesey? Kesey?
We're gonna say Kesey.
Kesy.
That's why.
I should probably learn to pronounce these things before I start.
Nah. It's more fun doing it on the fly.
He's going to be seen in the movie Baywatch.
I learn how to read every day.
Every day.
I forget every night.
The rumor mill says that he may be Black Tom Cassidy.
I'm not familiar with this character. Are you familiar with this character?
Yeah, he was in the Hellfire Club.
Oh.
One of the participants in the Dark Phoenix saga. He was the one in the comic books who unleashed the Dark Phoenix.
Uh-oh.
He unleashed the powers within Jean Grey.
And they're going to make a Dark Phoenix movie.
So maybe this may tie in.
With Sophie Turner.
Because Sony has been kind of stepping up when it comes to the connected universes. So maybe, this is the beginning of that. And then there's rumors that Deadpool 2 is going to cross over with X-Men pretty soon. So,
I can see that.
But it says here, Black Tom Cassidy, a man with particular powers surrounding plant life.
Kind of like a male version of Poison Ivy.
A little bit.
I assume,
right? A little bit. And like really,
like a swamp thingy kind of guy?
Yeah, pretty much. So, he's very steampunkish in the comic books.
Okay.
John,
down for that.
If you're a fan of art, John Byrne, I believe, I think created the best version of him according to my, way of thinking.
Very cool.
So if you can collect it, if you can find it on digital, the whole Dark Phoenix saga, Black Tom Cassidy.
Black Tom Cassidy
plays a role in that. So
that's an interesting character for a Deadpool film. I'd like to see that.
Well, the thing is, I think he's Deadpool can make fun of him very easily because he's very into himself and very flamboyant, and Deadpool could just rip him to shreds verbally and physically. I think
that's what he does best.
Yeah, he's very good at cutting down people who think they're so amazing about themselves. That's a person you want in your
life.
It's
like me with myself.
Pretty much, yeah. Let me go on here. Elsewhere, while a lot of recent news about Deadpool 2 has focused on the casting, there's more going on behind the scenes. As the film goes into production, it looks like we can expect an increase in the kind of savage and brutal insults dished up by Weasel, our pal Weasel. When the
Which
sequel,
we talked about last week.
Well, yeah,
on the show.
We'll come in. So
T.J. Miller, Weasel,
who's rumored to be leaving.
He is. It's confirmed. He's leaving Silicon Valley. If anybody watches that show, very cool.
When that first came out, I thought it was really just about Steve Jobs, but it really kind of is in a way. But it's not. Is it set in present day or is it?
Yeah, present day.
Present day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, written and created by Mike Judge, who.
It's Mike Judge.
Yeah, Office Space fame, Beavis and Butthead. That dude he's got a really particular way of doing kind of normal people in like absurd situations.
Yeah.
He's really good at writing that kind of stuff.
He's responsible also for one of my favorite films called Idiocracy.
Very topical film today.
It's supposed to take place 500 years in the future. Right now.
2017.
right now. Where a professional wrestler becomes president. And if you know, Mr. Trump was in the WWE briefly. So.
Also, we could have Johnson Hanks 2020. So.
The Rock and Tom Hanks 2020. They got my vote.
I would vote for that too hard.
In a heartbeat.
Lop the people's elbow on climate change.
If we could also go off on tangent alert.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I want you, when you're done watching this, either rent or stream or do whatever you need to do to watch Idiocracy and learn.
It's actually really great.
The story
Very
is.
funny.
Do you know the story?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it a bunch of times. You tell them.
Okay.
I don't even know anything.
It's all about a regular average guy who works for the army, and he just wanted to live a normal life. And then he volunteers for an experiment to go into suspended animation for a year. But what happens is there's a problem, of course, and he has hurtled 500 years into the future.
It's kind of like Futurama.
In a way, it's very much like Futurama. And then when he wakes up, this average guy has become the most intelligent person in the world because the world has gotten stupider. So stupid. where it's like everything is just horribly commercialized and like I think it's like, is it Costco becomes like its own state? You know, you can go to college at Costco.
There's so many crazy little jokes. The more you watch it, the more you see the jokes.
And I think it got buried because they used a lot of actual trademarks, and a lot of people got angry. You know, things happen at Starbucks, which you can't really talk about. The reason you go to Starbucks, it's not for coffee; it's for other things. So it became. You know, it became a biting satire of today's society, but even though it's 500 years in the future. Now, he has to, like, solve the world's problems because they run out of water.
Teach them how to plant.
Yeah, they're using, like, you know, a Gatorade-like substance because, you know, it's got electrolytes, is what your body craves.
So you need it.
Yeah, and it kind of goes into the whole world about how the world just gotten stupider and stupider because more of the stupid people were breeding because the smart people didn't want to breed. And that's what happened to the world. So, smart people, start breeding. Save the world. Okay?
Come down to Time Warp Comics and start breeding.
Just breed right in front of us. Yeah, so.
Because we do it live, folks.
What was your first reaction when you saw that movie? Did it feel real to you?
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is really funny, but also kind of scary. Because you can start to see stuff leaning towards this, like, oh, geez, like, we might be here in, like, 10, 15... Back then, and it was like, oh, this is, like, maybe 20, 30 years
This could never
away.
happen in our society.
Yeah.
It happened.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
That's one of those indicator movies when you talk to somebody and go, what do you think of Idiocracy? I didn't get it. Okay, it's about you.
You were in it?
It's the movie's about you.
Terry Crews is in it.
Terry Crews plays the president.
Friend, Terry Crews.
You know, he plays the president who is a former professional wrestler. And
best friend, Terry Crews.
Is
Come on the show, Terry.
Do you know Terry?
I wish. He seems like the nicest person.
The man is like, could destroy you with a punch, and he seems like the nicest, biggest teddy bear there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could be that way.
You could, if you work out.
I don't know how.
No
idea.
Gotta pump some iron.
In one hand.
He's got he hurt his finger,
hand.
by the way, in case you're wondering.
I get a robot hand.
He has a robot hand.
Hey, Tony Stark, give me a robot hand, you jerk.
Give him what's in Iron Man 3, give everybody money? Or was that Captain America? It all blends together for me.